Okay, so what I'm going to use to make these cards, I'm going to show you guys these little shaker cards. I used the Well You Be Mine stamp set, Lawn Fawn stamp set, and also the Authentic Adore collection. Now this looks very vintage, but as you saw, some of the papers are very modern and simple for you to be able to make a more of a modern look with it. So go ahead and let's get into that tutorial. Okay, so here is everything that I use to make these cards, and I'm making them all the same way with the same items. It's just I'm just using different paper. So let me see. Let me just scoot this over so I can show you what I have. I didn't want to make you watch all of the die cutting and this and that because I mean you get the point. Color it and die cut it. So, but we do have this is going to be an A2 size card. This is cut down to 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So we're just going to fold that real quick, so we can have that ready and on hand. And I have the face of my card, which is cut smaller, so that way you can have a white border around it. And this one is at 4 by 5 1/4. And I also have the piece of foam. This is just that fun foam from any craft store, and the foam is 3 3/4 and 5. It's basically scaled down 1/4 of an inch from everything from the base to the front to this. That way you really don't see much of the foam. So that is there. So also what we're going to use is, and we'll get to it, this is the Will You Be Mine from Lawn Fawn, of course, from ArtAttackSupplies.com. I've already gone ahead and colored several of them, and I just put them in here because I figured I was going to make quite a few of them. And I cut them out with a little white border to make it look like I don't have the die, but I wanted it to look that way. So, and I've gone ahead and stamped on, this is 1/2 inch little piece of paper, and then I pinned the edges, and it says, I stamped Will You Be Mine. The two of them. So let me show you. So I also have, we're going to use this is from my Doohickey Club 8. This was the pet one. We're going to use the fishbowl to cut out the fishbowl area right here. So you're not going to see a cutout of that, but you will see a cutout of the, this is the water part and the little seaweed. I've already cut that out here. And I used vellum just to give it more of a flowing look, and little green, just random scraps of paper. So let's see here. And the button, I mean not the button, this ribbon, this little prize ribbon, I just thought it would be really cute. It's these from the same Doohickey Club 8 that I also got from the shop. These are the 3 pieces. I just cut it twice, the little ribbon, and I cut that twice, and then one of each of those. Now, and those you see right here. And the heart is just this random old hard punch that I have. So these little things that make up my shelves, and this is just some random wood grain paper that I had. It was like a scrap, and I used this right here. This is the pole that goes in between this chicken wire. I mean, not the chicken wire, the barbed wire from this collection. So I used quite a bit of dies from my Doohickey Club 8 that I just got. Check the shop. I think Tracy did have extra ones, and if she does have enough interest, she will order, because she has to order multiples, and these do come from Sweden. So let me see here. So I went ahead and stamped them. Let me just show you a closer look at these items here. Here are the 2 little shelves. This is from those dies and the little heart punch, and I just cut, look, I even used the little scrap that was from, that had the border. This is the vellum water, the little seaweed, and just some random little hearts. I'm going to put this off to the side for now. So what we're going to do is, first, and I didn't do the die cutting on here because I wanted to show you how I place everything, and that way, I can, let me see here, I can walk you through it. So when it comes to these items, you don't want to have them too high or too off to the side, because you want the space here for the foam, because you're going to have the foam. Remember, the foam is 1/8 of an inch on each side cut down. So we'll put that right here and level it out so you can have the the little shelf is going to go one coming off of each side like that. So let me go ahead and die cut this, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and die cut it twice. I die cut the little, you can see here's the fishbowl, here are the fish bowls, and this is where, when we're done, we'll just add the little shelves. One will go through here, and one will go right there. So, now, for you to get the exact placement on these little, on the foam, what we're going to do is do a lazy little trick. We're going to go ahead and put a little adhesive to the back of this card, and you're going to center then the foam, because you're going to put the foam through the die cutting machine as well. I use a Big Shot Express right now, or my Teresa Collins machine. So we're going, so since you put backing on glue on that, put glue on the back of these, glue on the back of the little other fishbowl, or whatever item you are die cutting. There you go. Then we'll just peel it right off. And this is very low tech, you guys. Super low tech. The reason why I'm going through this extent is because since it's very precise where I want the these fish bowls, you want to make sure you get that. So and then you just pull these off and take off the little glue part. You can use those for other projects. And then you just take your die cut and you cover the area, and once again just run it through the die cut machine. Let's do this right now. Okay, once again we've cut it out, and the cool thing is with these, are the exact same size as your fishbowl. So if you wanted to keep these for your for another project, you have a perfectly dimensional fishbowl there as well. So that one is done. We're going to put that off to the side, and then you're going to make sure that you're and see, look, if you put it this way, obviously it doesn't go. It goes this way. Then you just align it, and you have perfect alignment on the back as well. So, now, just an FYI, once you put your foam through the machine, it'll flatten it out. It might get a little wider. Give it a minute, it'll bounce right back. I mean, this stuff is, like, super malleable. So, it will, like I said, it will flatten out a little bit, but it'll bounce right back, and then you have your base. So like that. It'll go like that. So now we're gonna assemble it from the bottom up, because that way you can put all of your items in the space. Now, as you can see, I did the pencil pretty dark, so you can see it. You can erase it if you want it, because it'll be right on there. You might not even see anything when you put your cardstock underneath it. But if that concerns you, like right now, go ahead and do it. I just did it really dark so you guys can see what I was doing. All right. Now, we can do various things. We can use just regular ATC adhesive that I'm using, or we can use score tape. You can use score tape, red line tape. Personally, I prefer the score tape because it's easier to cut and it works the same way, as opposed to where red line tape, you do have to use adhesive. But foam will stick with either ATG or with either ATG or or score tape. I use hot glue at times. Right now we're going to use this just as it goes, because I use a lot of it, so I'd rather use, but I want to show you that you can use either one. So you always want to, because now the only tricky thing is you have to make sure you varnish your score tape, because it will sometimes will not adhere to the foam, because some foams have a sticky coating, and I actually have to go ahead and use a paper piercer. So let me get this off here. Okay, so I've gone ahead and taken off the backing for that. Now I went ahead and adhered the bottom of the card because sometimes it will open. When it opens, it will have a problem when you're trying to lay something on there. So I just want to make sure that I have my correct pieces. See, and they go this way. So you want to make sure that they are aligned. Then you put it down. And we only put down the foam right now. I said I used score tape right now, but we're going to use other adhesives to finish off the card. All right, so there it is. You can always make sure you get it stuck in there. Okay, so at this point, this is where we start filling up the fish bowls with all of our die cuts that we already have. Now, I did the water out of vellum, and with just a little bit of adhesive, it's okay not to go, you don't see it through. So I put a little bit on the middle, some on the sides, and that worked the first few times. Now, this little water is inset, and there's a space because that's what makes it look like a fishbowl with the space right there, like if it was glass. So once again, just a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and it sticks. Hopefully my big fat arm isn't in the way of you guys being able to see. So that one came out a little crooked. We're going to do it again because I was trying to move my arm out, and the whale being in the fishbowl helps cover up the adhesive right in the middle. So you want to make sure it's in there, and then want to add your little seaweed, and this is just like super tiny and delicate. And I just put a couple of little dots my quick dry. I love Scotch quick dry. I tried the mono whatever. I really didn't care for it. So we put them in different location. The funny thing is the seaweed is taller than the water. I didn't like that the first time, so I actually did go ahead and cut off. And this way they look different. Cut off a piece of that. And then again, just a little bit of that on the seaweed. We'll put this one on the other side and see that one is shorter than the other one. That way it looks like two different ones. Now I have a combination of sequences. I like this pack from Joann's because it actually has the little center pieces, the stuff that goes in the hole. They come when they cut it, so it has like these tiny little itty bitty. It looks like glitter, so I like that. I'm not gonna put too much on it right now because I'm also gonna put some in over the little whale. So put the whale in there. Now when you shake it a lot, sometimes the whale ends up being upside down, but don't shake the whale. Don't give the whale shaken baby syndrome, okay? So just a little bit more on the front. And I like these because the clear part of it makes it look like bubbles. So yes, just probably a little more. Oop. And I just use this little wooden spoon, which I actually rub down with a dryer sheet so it doesn't become staticky when I'm putting in the sequins. And I just keep it in this little bag. Okay. So now that we have that done, we are going to go ahead and adhere our top layer after we adhere the acetate, which I had here a second ago. Okay, so here we have the acetate, and this one is also cut just like the foam, 3 3/4 by 5, and we will just adhere that to the front. So what you're going to do though is we're going to put adhesive directly on the foam, and maybe it would have been a better idea for me to have done that prior to filling it with the sequins because they seem to be popping off. So we will just put up with that little extra bit of chore, and that was my boo-boo. See, I make tons of mistakes, left and right. Okay. Because every time you pop it, you move that it comes off. So let me go ahead and just take the sequins off the glue. Okay, so let's get back at this. I had to peel off the little sequins off of the adhesive, and they had everywhere. And my sister came by to visit, and so did my brother-in-law with the baby. So yeah, and I'm back to square one again with these damn sequins on the. Anyway, okay. So there it is. We have it on there now. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the acetate right over that. Oops. So it is a lot easy to cover with the acetate. Now I'm going to add more adhesive. So, why is there a sequence? I can now add the front of the card. Okay, just gotta make sure I have adhesive everywhere. Where's my front of the card? Okay. Here's the front, and since we had aligned everything previously, you should be able to just set it down, centered and everything, and you are good to go. So now that that is on there, we're going to go ahead and add the little shelves with the quick dry, and I wonder if I should have done this a little bit closer. You know, I always think of something after the fact when I boo-boo it up. So there's the little shelf, and it does hang off purposely. That way I could now cut it off with just my scissors and call it a day. Just like little shelves on a in a pet store. So there we go, that's done. So now we're going to go ahead and assemble the little ribbon. We're going to do that, just a little bit of glue. We're going to offset the ribbons just a tad. Okay, put some more glue on here now. Get the background going. Press it down. Then we're going to add the other little circle. In retrospect, I think I should have done this closer to the desk filming the card. If anything, learn for next time. A little adhesive on the heart. Center it right in the ribbon. And there we go. So I'm going to put that there. But first we're going to go ahead and adhere the... Since it has pretty much quite a bit of dimension, I'm not going to put dimension on these. I'm just going to go ahead and adhere it down. We're going to add adhesive to this. I'm not going to add adhesive to the little tails so they can stick up a little bit. And now for just the little hearts everywhere. And this is just kind of a little filler. And I get to use my scraps. I love it when I can use my scraps to fill sections. And one over here. And there we are. That is my little card. It's already set in there, and if anything, we can always just stamp. Let's go ahead and stamp a little. We're going to stamp the little whale on the back, on the inside, just to give it a little bit, just a little something cute. The one with the little hearts coming out of the head. Just stamp off just to make sure we have and there we go. Just a little touch. Cover that up. And that is how I got these. Oh, I still have, I'm not gonna put the ink away, so I can do the rest of these also, because I think that it would be really cute just to have the little whale just stamped on each of those. So that is, here are my little shaker cards. This one I did put much more sequence in it, and I like it because it still shakes, but not as, see the whale ends up like everywhere on these. So that is it. Hopefully this video wasn't too long for you guys for a little tutorial. Next time I will have everything much better acquainted. Like I said, I am trying to get acquainted with Nathan's own cell phone so I can do because I don't have a camera. Maybe I'll do like some kind of destash so I can buy a camera or I'm gonna go do a GoFundMe so I can get a camera to do my videos better, because I like the one that Amy Tangerine uses. I like the video camera that Amy Tangerine uses for her videos because it takes really good pictures, and I like her videos, so how they look visually. So I know that the camera has a lot to do with that. So that is what I did, you guys. Hopefully that helps you guys. Maybe get a little bit of inspiration for it to make easy shaker cards. But not only that, you guys, if you didn't want to make this a shaker card, you can easily do this the same way without the foam, and then just glue the sequins in there to the area for you guys to use. But yes, and I use this cute little stamp, and I'm not sure if I even said the papers. These papers did come from the Authentique paper collection right here. And like I said, it could be very modern, it could be very vintage. It has quite a bit of that, and all of that you can get at ArtAttackSupplies.com along with the stamp set. So, all right, thank you for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.